welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good few days of trading. Had a couple of down days. Monday was pretty terrible. Tuesday we got back to a little bit of green, and then today we got clobbered again. So been a rough week for me on the portfolio. Not been able to sell anything this week. Probably should have sold NVAX on Monday, but I didn't do it. I actually bought more, so we're going to talk about what we did this week. We'll talk about what the game plan is for the rest of the week, and take a look at what we've done Monday through Wednesday. Okay, so let's jump over to our portfolio and take a look at that real quick. So here's our portfolio. As you can see, there's a couple of new ones on the portfolio. NUE, that's NUE Corporation. It's a steel company. I did buy that one. Let's see, I bought that one on Monday at $46. It did draw back a little bit today. So we're adding to the steel. Since the steel's been pulling back, I wanted to add some steel to my portfolio. I also added CLF, as you can see here. CLF we added it Monday as well at 604. So both of those down a little bit on those, but they're doing okay. NKLA, that one's got me a little concerned. It did pull back quite a bit today. That's the one that had the short company come out and say, you know, it was a fraud and all that kind of thing. And then, of course, they refuted all that. And then the CEO actually stepped down, and so it did pull back heavy. And but it did recover yesterday a little bit, and then today it got clobbered because we did have a bad market, so probably part of it. But it did get clobbered today at 25%, so not a good day for the portfolio, not a good day for that stock. EXAS, that one's hanging in there. Was actually green today, my only green one that we had today. It's trying to stay in that 74, 75 range. We like that. Like to see it keep going. HTBX got clobbered as well. That's another one of those coronavirus stocks. Down 10% today. Everything got clobbered, including NVAX. It was down 9% itself. Now I did add to NVAX all 3 days. Was trying to build up a position on that. Bought some, let's see, Monday at 107.53 and also at 105.65. Then I bought some yesterday at 108 and 109. Probably should have been selling instead of buying. And then today on the pullback, I bought at 106. I thought was the pullback, but as you can see, towards the end of the day, it actually sold off even worse. So we're at 101 now, and we're down on that one, holding way too much of that, really. That was supposed to have been a day trade today and got caught in that. I'll hold it another day, and tomorrow will be a tough decision on what to do with that. May take a loss on it, but we'll see. The volume on this thing was really low today. As you can see here, your volume's at 3.5 million. Yesterday was real low. Normally about 7.7 million. This is just a bunch of weak hands getting out. It's just they just kind of put you in a predicament when they do that. But that's what's happening. People taking profits in the weekends. So I'm going to have to hang tough right now. We'll talk about that a little bit more. XOM, that's our ExxonMobil. It's down something semi-normal today, 3%. X was down 3.76%. And our ACB, which was up really good yesterday, had earnings that didn't look too good or didn't meet or whatever, and so it got clobbered today, 29% down. So we got 3 stocks, almost 4, that were in almost double digits today. So anytime you get that, of course, that's not good for the portfolio at all. So did take a beating on that. So I want to talk about the NVAX trades. I'm really heavy in that one right now. That was supposed to be a day trade today. I will try to get rid of that tomorrow, some of that I bought, because way too much cash used up today as well. So I want to get some of that cash back on the sideline. May take a little bit of a loss, but don't want to take as big a loss as I would have to take right now. So, but I do see some news on the message boards and some articles about this EU funding. So EU deals. I mean, so we'll see if there's any kind of PR from the company tomorrow that might get a pop out of that. If it does, hopefully the market will be better tomorrow and that thing will turn a little bit. But we just absolutely got clobbered today as far as the portfolio goes. Now we're still doing good for the year, but we had a real good week last week, and just about have given it back in the first 3 days here. So that's never any fun when you make a good week and then turn around and give it right back. But we are up pretty good for the year, so we got to keep that perspective. I talk about that in other videos. You know, always go back and look and see where you were about a month ago or whatever you got to do to get good perspective on where you're at. And so I'm looking at even the month, we're doing okay. For the year, we're doing fine. So not concerned, just hate to see that happen, but it does happen all the time. I talk about it sometime. You got to be like the salmon swimming upstream buying these stocks as they dip. Unfortunately, a lot of times at the top of that stream, there's a big bear, right? And the big bear eats those salmon. So that's kind of what I felt like today. I was getting hit, trying to dodge the bear, but didn't do too good a job at it. But that happens. So we'll just hang tough for now and see how it goes. Let's cut back over and see if we can take a look at what's going on in the market tonight real quick. Hang on just a second. Up 64 points on the Dow. This could all change. We've seen that change. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Does look like we're a little bit green. Let's take a look and see what Asia is doing tonight. Red across the board there. Not terrible, but it is red. You can see here what we did today. 525 down on the Dow, 78 on the S&P, and the NASDAQ was down 330. So NASDAQ got hit pretty good. Oil, let's take a look at our oil. Here we are, we're back under 40 again on the oil, on the U.S. oil there. I call it the U.S. oil. And then you got Brent at 41.48. All right, so oil's kind of dipping as well. So we'll take a look at that and see how that goes. As far as tomorrow goes, tomorrow we'll be, of course, watching our portfolio. Hope we get a good pull up tomorrow after today's beating. Sure could use it, but not going to be buying anything for sure. Going to be looking to try to get rid of that NVAX that I tried to do a day trade today. So I'd like to get out of those shares. Pretty good sized stake there, so I want to get that back as soon as I can. Don't want to take too far of a ride down with that. May have to go ahead and take a little bit of a loss. We'll see how it does tomorrow. But be watching that, trying to get back to that. Other than that, going to keep watching for news on these stocks. That Nikola, that one's got me a little concerned the way it fell today. So hopefully the bleeding stops tomorrow. The volume wasn't high on it, probably pretty close to normal. The NVAX stock is really low volume. Saw a little heavy volume when it dipped pretty good today. Looks like some buyers came in at that point. But before that, I mean, it was like 1 million shares traded well after noon. So that's not normal for NVAX. Usually have 3 or 4 million traded by noon. So we'll just watch that. But right now, we just, we're kind of got our hands tied, got way too much cash out there, way too much NVAX stock. So we got to do something about that as soon as possible. I don't like to live that way. But it was that's just something I was trying to do. Sometimes you take a little risk when you're trying to pocket money, and that's what we were trying to do. So we may not pocket any money this week either. So that's never a good thing when you don't pocket any money. So anyway, I hope you have a better rest of your week. As this market doesn't really know what to do, we're getting closer to this election, and we just got to ride it out and see how it goes. But it's been on a tear, and it's got to pull back at some point. So it's understandable. We just got to be poised and ready to pounce on those deals. But right now, I'm not. So I want to get back in that situation where we got some cash. Right now, I think we're about 10% cash. So the other day we were sitting at 45. So we want to get some of that cash back on the sideline. I like to be around 20-25% minimum. Okay. All right. Well, have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you Sunday or so and kind of just go over the recap of the week. All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button right here. Thanks. Bye.